Okay. Um, we should be live now.
Dead silence. We're live. Oh shit.
We're live. Oh shit. Dead silence.
We're live.
Uh,
But I want to
Hello.
be dead.
To our first podcast.
yes.
Welcome to the Spirit Box.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Let's see.
Twas all my idea.
All right, to start off the first episode, Limbo.
For fuck's
Here's the
sake.
reason
Fuck's
why
sake.
Limbo is bad.
Okay,
No.
hold on. We need to let everybody know what's going on. Also, hi Chaos. Yes, I see that you're first. So we're gonna be talking about Warframe today. This is a whole new thing that I've been doing. I've been thinking about this for a while. Started to do a podcast because I was like, oh hey, you know what? That could be fun. Why the fuck not? It took a while for me to actually get started with it because I was nervous and I don't know how people are gonna react. You don't know what
It's a podcast.
Oh yeah,
It's hit or miss.
I mean, if
It's usually ambient noise. Usually, I feel podcasts. They're good ambient noise to just kind of like zone out into.
yeah, I mean, if some people don't know what a podcast is and everything, it's basically just a talk show. It's what it is.
So yeah, about Limbo. So here's my issue. Here's the issue with Limbo, Sniper.
By the way, today's topic is Warframe.
Yeah. Limbo is not bad on his own, or with a squad built. He's basically how old Inaros used to be, where you have to build around. Inaros was useless in a squad in the past.
I disagree. In general, I disagree.
Again, this is open to opinion.
Yes. Even Sprite will agree Inaros was dog shit.
Yeah, Naros.
As much as I hate to admit it, like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Inaros was one of my favorite frames, and that was even before he got his rework.
That's
he
why
was
I'm
still
saying, like, your opinion on that is valid.
Oh yeah, and
Inaros
like he was still one of my favorites, and people was like, "Why is he your favorite?" I'm like, "I can spin.
He pocket sand.
I can spin, and I have pocket sand that literally takes enemies' health. That's what I liked about Inaros. But then he got his rework. It made him 10 times better.
Amazing.
His passive got updated to be like Sevagoth's, which I think is amazing. And he don't even have to like necessarily kill people. He just needs to go over there and, you know, slap them a few
blind
times.
Blind with sand.
Just blind them with sand, basically steal their health to revive himself. His sarcophagus is still there, which I still like.
Yeah. So anyway, back on track. With the issue with Limbo is he is disruptive to anyone who basically, if you're Limbo, you should not be in public lobbies. And you should also...
I disagree.
No. Let me finish.
We are.
So the issues with Limbo is he disrupts anyone that is not specifically intending to build around there being a Limbo. If you do not build around Limbo, he is the worst frame to have in squads. Solo, he's fine.
I will actually counter that with something that has
squads.
I will actually counter that with something that has been mentioned before between all of us, Aura, is that for frames that are ability focused, he's not that bad because it does actually.
Like, if you're using nothing but abilities,
yes,
he is fine.
He's
fine.
If
you're more focused on the
I know that's what I'm getting to. It's like he's more of ability focused frame heavy. He's not.
You need to have the whole squad build around him.
Yes,
I completely disagree with both of those statements. Yes, I can.
Have you even played Limbo? Have you ever seen Limbo?
I swear to God, dude.
For fuck's sake, yes, he has.
Yeah. Okay, I'm listening.
So Limbo, me playing him for so fucking long, Limbo, yes, is built around abilities. But the problem that people don't understand is the banish, or I call it the void.
It's pretty much the same thing. He can
another plane of existence.
Yeah, he can pop between the void dimension and the real world is what he can do.
Yeah.
Pretty much that whole dimension is made for is, haha, you can't hit me. That's literally all it's made for. And he is a crowd control based frame.
Mhm.
So he is meant to be on missions like defense, survival, shit like that, where you hold the line or defending a certain spot. He's not necessarily made for, like execution or not execution, assassinations and shit.
Excavations,
But
maybe.
You only ever, but you still even never see
Excavations,
him.
absolutely. He is very
Excavations,
powerful in excavations.
he could be useful.
He's
Like,
a
I never
more
said he wasn't good. I never said he wasn't a defense, like a
Yeah.
whole position warframe. I never
He's-
said that. I agree. That's what he's intended to be.
he's intended
He's
to be
a
more of a
He is a crowd control frame. Yes.
Yeah, he's intended to be more of a defense and crowd control frame, but the way that people currently use him is that they use him in a way that he's not supposed to be used. Like, granted, yeah, is he given too early in the story? Yes, because people
100%.
don't know how to
People
use
don't
him,
understand how
and
warfare
they take him
works.
into they take Limbo into stuff that's like
He's not made for it
that
at
he's
all.
not made
no,
for.
No. I only ever see Limbo in defensive focused missions. Yes.
Yeah,
But here's the issue with Limbo.
we're
is-
talking about new players, like the baby
Yeah,
Tennos.
well, no, in general, Limbo
Mhm.
and Limbo Primes too, like all Limbos,
Mhm.
doesn't matter how well you play Limbo, you do not help your team unless their team builds around there being a Limbo.
Or you
Your
know
team
how to play.
Everyone-
with Limbo.
doesn't matter
Yeah.
how good at Limbo you are. He disrupts you unless you are explicitly built with that in mind. Okay, there's a Limbo. I have to be more ability heavy. Otherwise, he's the worst warframe to have on a team.
Well,
I still
See,
Like, there
disagree
are
with that.
so,
warframes
no.
that he works good with.
no,
but
no. Here's the thing. Sniper, whenever he made his points earlier, he does have a good point. You have to give him that. People who have genuinely played Limbo, had learned how his kit works, know how he works, doesn't try to disrupt the team. It's people that don't know how he works that is usually the majority, right?
Yeah.
That are disruptive to the team. That's why
It's because
Limbo is looked at so negatively whenever he's not
it's
that
not
bad of a
necessarily
frame.
Limbo I hate. It's his
That's another
kit
reason
mixed
why.
with players. The players have
That's-
caused Limbo to be hated. But here's bouncing off of that for a moment.
Mhm.
The issue with like that is, I feel like Limbo's essentially been bullied out of being used due to the fact of how disruptive he can be. If, again, though, I will say it doesn't matter how good you are, you should never bring Limbo into public public lobbies without majority of your people being there, like with
I
you.
still strongly disagree with that
Why do you disagree?
because yes, I can understand your point. It's not the fact that Limbo has a track record of being a troll frame. It's the fact that people don't know how he works.
Mhm.
No,
And people are too scared to take that into consideration, so they
no.
usually
That's
just
not what I'm
bully
saying.
him out of it.
That's
He's not-
okay. Okay, I get what both of you are saying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Sniper,
like-
but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
But
he is a problem. He's problematic because if I were to go in with a warframe that doesn't use their that doesn't do much with abilities, like, or if I'm going in expecting to use guns primarily, or if I'm going in to level up guns and melee weapons, and there's a Limbo, that's going to ruin the entire run for me because I can't use my guns when there's a Limbo in the team. Because
yes, but that's you just have to be out of the range
No,
of
that-
where
no,
his-
that's the
okay,
issue.
okay, hold on. Pause, both of you, pause. For the love of Jesus, before this gets out of hand, because I can already tell it's going to. Sniper,
shut
what you're saying is what the minuscule amount of people that take their time to learn Limbo, to learn how he works, to learn what he's good for, is what you experienced. What Aura experienced is that people are just using him and not knowing what he's doing and everything else, so he's disruptive to the rest of the team instead of helping the team. That's what he's saying.
what I'm
you have
understand.
what I'm
you
saying
have
word for word
two-
is
you have two different points of the spectrum. You have the bad and you have the good, and the bad
Yes.
in this sense of Limbo outweighs the good. There is good in Limbo if you
But it's so
build him for certain things, like
again, though,
for interceptions. You know, fucking we all split up.
in interceptions, he's usually far enough away
Yeah,
where he's not a problem.
like
But the issue is when Limbo is with the squad, he disrupts the squad.
yeah.
Because again, if I'm using a gun, if we're we're in a defense objective.
If okay,
Limbo uses
so
Cataclysm. Look, Limbo uses
It all
Cataclysm.
depends.
yeah, I know, because
let me finish
whenever
this example. Let me finish this example.
no, I know what you're getting at with Cataclysm. Like the guns can't pass through Cataclysm. That's where his Void Surge comes into play, because that's how
Yes,
you're
but
able
it
to
doesn't
shoot.
affect every enemy.
I
What if I'm
know.
trying to shoot an enemy that's
hold on,
unaffected by it?
hold on, because the enemies that are affected by it, whenever they are affected by it and they die, they spread it. The problem is that sometimes some enemies get too close and get really deep inside Cataclysm that it doesn't work. He's situational. He is a amazing frame. Don't get me wrong.
He's
he
amazing,
is. But
if in the certain
his own
situations,
respect.
yes. But in most situations, he's not good.
In certain levels and certain missions, he's the absolute best frame that you could possibly have in that type of mission.
I wouldn't go that far. He's okay. He is viable. He is viable.
Besides
he is good.
Frost,
I wouldn't say he's the best.
The best frame you can run for
Everybody,
area.
and again, this is open to opinion.
Everyone has opinions. But
Everyone has
again,
opinions.
My issue with him isn't like
Your
my
issue
with Limbo is it. Let me.
Yeah, I am.
When he okay, again, I'm trying to like level up guns.
Your issue spirals around gunplay. Your issue doesn't spiral around anything else. Yes.
If I'm using an ability heavy for him, that's not. But the issue with Limbo is he is disruptive unless you are using ability heavy.
Which makes sense.
So that's why I say Limbo is one of the worst frames for squads, unless the squad is built around Limbo being there, meaning everyone in the squad has to be ability heavy. If anyone's not, they are going to be heavily hindered. Their gameplay is going to be ruined. Like I love using this, like for example, stat sticks. For example, stat sticks.
Or tone your voice down a little bit, dude. You're getting towards red. I had to like turn it down a bit.
I'm sorry. If
you're
you're
good.
using a stat stick build, for example, you in Limbo put something in the void, your whole build goes out the window. If you're relying on your weapons to proc certain statuses, you can't do that with Limbo. Like, example, I use the Cedo a lot, which I love using its alt fire to spread status effects and then immediately just wiping people down with its primary fire. Because I believe the way it works is it does more damage to enemies that are afflicted with more status effects. Or if you're using a condition overload heavy build, you can't do that when Limbo's there. You have to. You should never take a Limbo into a public lobby. He should only be used in private lobbies with people that are built around there being a Limbo. In those scenarios, he is super good. Like for example, we were talking about how if you're using Ivara with her exalted bow, that's good. That's really good. If you use it, actually, we need to try out with Valkyr as well. Honestly, Valkyr might be a good because we figured out exalted weapons technically count as abilities.
Exalted weapons do. So yeah, exalted weapons do count as abilities. DE has explicitly said that yes, the exalted weapons are abilities.
So they should be able to pass through.
They should be able to pass through.
A Warframe that doesn't use exalted weapons or doesn't use abilities constantly just to keep afloat, then it's. Again, then Limbo ruins that entire build.
It's just who gets paired up with Limbo.
Yes, that's where my issue lies. Is Limbo's going to public lobbies, and the fact that you have to build around Limbo just to play with Limbo. If you don't run intending to be in Cataclysm or in like Banish or anything like that, it ruins the fun. If you are,
Yes.
Limbo is perfectly viable and amazing, but only if everyone in the squad is built with him in mind. That's why I hate Limbo, because again, I've main
This
Varuna.
guy just killed us.
Varuna's main Varuna's only ability that does real damage is her fourth, which yes, I could use with Limbo, but it just gets tiring. Or what if there's and it all falls down to the Warframe that you pair him with.
What I think what it falls down into is that it falls down into the Warframes that he's paired with and what type of mission you are on.
Yes.
That's what it falls down to.
I wouldn't say it falls onto the mission type. I would say it falls exclusively onto what Warframes are in the squad.
Yes.
With
Well,
the exception of Interception, because again, he should be.
Interception's fine.
The nuke builders. Then you have the nuke builders.
Oh yeah.
I would argue about one part of that, and that is the banish ability that he has, which is the first ability you have with
Which
people use the banish as the troll.
Yeah.
And that's why people.
But
hate
that's
him
not
so
the
much.
issue we're lying. That's not the.
That's not the underlying issue because
the issue
it is one of them.
Bad.
It is one of them, yes, but no, because
no one cares to use him to troll anymore.
No, and because this is what happened whenever Limbo first came out. Anytime he would banish another player into the void, they couldn't get out. They couldn't dodge to get out.
Exactly. And
Limbo would have to banish them again just to put them back into the real world, and that's what
they fixed that issue. That removed the troll aspect from Limbo.
Limbo, whenever he first came out, people used him as a troll, and that's why
basically.
That's why many people dislike Limbo. And then whenever they fixed it, people started to give Limbo a little bit of leniency. But then there came the other problems, which, as described by Aura, is the problems that disparred with the gunplay of Warframe, not the ability play of Warframe. And it's still seen as a problem today. And plenty of people had asked, can you please give Limbo a new kit? I would think a new kit for Limbo would be awesome, but at the same time...
But how would you go about it?
Yeah, at the same time, DE has to sit there and figure out, how do we go about this without, like...
Removing Limbo's identity.
Moving Limbo's identity. Like, in his story, we learn he was messing with something that he shouldn't have, and he got split apart. He literally got pulled apart by him experimenting. He is the first quote-unquote magic Warframe that we got, other than Dante.
Yeah, well, he was the first one, and then Dante came around. But
yeah,
expanding on this a little bit, there are other Warframes that also are in a similar situation to Limbo, but kind of reversed. Nidus being the prime example. You have to let a Nidus stack. If they don't stack, they are useless. So when anyone comes around taking Nidus's kills, that you're literally actively hindering a player and ruining their fun.
It's in a sense that, well, we'll take Limbo and Nidus, for example. Limbo, during certain situations, certain gimmicks, certain scenarios can be good, yes, but the majority of the people that don't know how to play him is a hindrance to the rest of the squad. Nidus, on the other hand...
Honestly, Nidus gets hindered by the rest of the squad.
Yes. If you can't let Nidus use his infection to build up more to where he practically evolves, he can't do nothing.
Yeah,
he's an ability heavy frame.
He may as well be like an unleveled fucking Excalibur at that point. Like, he has like no use for his ability. He gets very little use of his abilities.
Yes.
He doesn't get extra armor or damage reduction. He doesn't get the healing. Like, you just need to let him stack for like the first few minutes. And that's why I say, in survival missions, everyone should stay close together except for Nidus. Nidus is the only Warframe out of all of them that should be allowed to split from the group until they are stacked up and can hold their own and don't have other people stealing their kills.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a certain point, Nidus can do enough damage where he doesn't need to worry about kills being stolen from him. But
he's a frame that needs heavy build-up, is what he is.
Yes, and I will actually say I do kind of wish they would add a similar heavy build-up scenario
to Kullervo. Yes,
because Kullervo was a bit too strong.
And I will actually speak on this because for people that don't know, I main Kullervo. He is one of my top 5 main Warframes. I have built my Kullervo to be so strong that I can one-shot bosses without their health gate even stopping them from dying. That's how strong my Kullervo is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take me like little to no time to get him built up, even with Thalas equipped, having viral heat, which is already as powerful as it is because it's amazing. But my build consists of his recompense. Whenever the augment mod came out, it applies blast, which will actually spread on to other people or cause people to explode, which is already bad enough as it is, since Thalas embeds void shards into people that explode on contact with Thalas. Now, whenever Kullervo does a heavy attack, and this is also with his first, he automatically does a heavy attack, and the amount of damage that Kullervo will do on that heavy attack is based on his stacks that he has. He can go up to 12 times of melee stacks total, and that's where it stops. But you build that damage up, and it also depends on damage in a melee weapon. But you build that damage up, and you have like Molt augmented on him, and that's like a times 250 bonus to ability damage, because again, the ability is also stacking onto that damage. It's causing him to do a triple red crit, like 3 to 4 mil from what I've seen so far of what I've accomplished, and it's just one-shotting everything. It's in the point to where my Kullervo had gotten to that level of being too goddamn powerful that everything to me, even like I even took it in Steel Path. And it took me a bit longer in Steel Path to get built up, but anything that popped up in my way, I instantly killed without a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why Kullervo is scary in every sense, because if I go through the star chart in Steel Path with just Kullervo as he is now and cleared everything, then
that would be fucking ludicrous.
It would be ludicrous, because at the same time it's like now the game has become too easy and takes the fun away. And takes the fun away. That's why
I will say there is joy.
There is joy
every now and again. Yeah. I am literal god.
Like there is joy.
But if that's all the gameplay is, if there's no challenge whatsoever, it gets bland.
And there is joy into the only thing they fear is you. Wherever you hear the Doom music in your head and you look at an enemy and you're literally just like you. There is joy in that.
There is very much joy. Like early on with Varuna especially, like I would just fucking decimate everything that looked at me funny. Mm-hmm. But then again, like I main Varuna, yes, but I play other frames too just to spice it up. Like I'll play Lavos is probably gonna be my second most played frame. I love Lavos. I'm also a big Hydrate fan.
Oh yeah,
and Nick as well.
Yeah,
they have very dramatically different playstyles, but that's why the game is fun.
That's why the game is fun, because I mean, and again, this goes to say that not every Warframe is weak. Every Warframe is strong.
Is good in their
own way. Good in their own way. Some need more help than others. Banshee being one, and I kind of feel like they don't need to change Banshee's kit a whole lot, but kind of
silence. I will say, I will step up here. Banshee does need a rework in the kit, and I keep saying since Valkyr's rework, they added the term paralyze. They could full on go, because one of Banshee's abilities, Radar, is literally just Helios's unique thing. There's no real point to it. So what they could do is they could completely rework that ability and have her more focused on AoE based stun and paralyze afflictions.
Rework some of her abilities. Keep her fourth though. I like her fourth.
Her fourth needs to be buffed, I feel.
Her fourth does need to be buffed.
Energy. Yes. Have it but another one is maybe have one of her abilities provide direct outlines of enemies.
Yes.
Well, she already does that, I think. Point is, that's kind of not really all that necessary unless you're playing a spy mission.
Yes.
Where you have to know where the enemy is. And she's not a frame built for spy mission. I feel like before Ibarra came out, they tried to make Banshee more akin to useful in spy missions, but she's not, because they give her silence, which basically deafens any enemies nearby and gives you
massive rework and buff. I'm just gonna say that.
Banshee does need a rework and a buff. And I feel like other Warframes need that too, but not
not as dramatic,
not as drastic.
Not as desperate like Banshee.
Not as
Honestly,
desperate as
the only
Banshee.
one who was as desperate was Inaros. Inaros was arguably the weakest Warframe of them all until he got his rework. And now I will argue that Banshee is technically the weakest Warframe.
Yeah, Devour didn't really work out for him.
And don't get me wrong, because I have the Warframe wiki pulled up right now. Yes, her passive does silence all weapons, which is really cool, but she's called Banshee. And the way that I take the way that I take Banshees is that yes, they are silent, but deadly.
Well, they're not silent. Banshees are known for being loud and
wailing. Yeah, I know. But I mean, sneaking. I mean, sneaking up on you. She silent.
Like ambush. Essentially, they're ambush predators.
They're ambush, yes. And I mean, her playstyle is crowd control. But nobody we don't ever
really helps with that.
Yeah, and it's mostly Soundquake, which is her fourth.
Yeah, that's the only real
Soundquake and Sonic Boom.
Yeah, those are the only two things really that are useful in her kit in normal gameplay. The other two abilities, Radar and Silence, are pointless.
Well, I mean, Silence.
That's why I say
Silence does stun enemies briefly.
Yes, but
not for a long time.
There's also the fact that its secondary. Its other effect is silences weapons. No one needs that. On a Warframe like that. That's why I say that ability needs to be reworked into either maybe jamming weapons for extended period of time. Well,
she does a whale or something, screams and maybe it blows their freaking eardrums out or something, and they have and staggers them.
Her kit should be reworked to focus exclusively on either staggering and stunning and paralyzing them, or maybe even disabling weapons for a while.
Yes.
Basically, she needs to be more of a utility in crowd control.
I would say her passive, keep it. Sonic Boom and Soundquake, they
I don't remember.
Silences all weapons that she had, that's equipped. I would say keep it, but give it something else. Because there is a way to silence the weapons completely.
Yeah, and she's also I think she was intended to be another option for spy missions, but then but because early on, yes, it was space ninjas, but they've vastly stepped away from that.
Oh yeah.
So
now I would say her abilities.
No one really takes her into a spy mission.
Yeah, I would say her abilities. Keep Sonic Boom. Keep Soundquake. Definitely buff Soundquake. Silence, I
And
would
Thunder.
say Silence, I would say keep that, but rework it, and then get rid
Rework it into
get
more
rid of
of
Sonar. Get rid of Sonar and give her something
replace
different.
Sonar entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sonar can be useful when it's subsumed. Yeah, if I remember correctly, is it her?
No,
subsumed ability?
Silence is
No,
her
Silence is her
subsumed
subsumed.
ability.
She truly is the most pointless Warframe at the moment.
At the moment.
At the moment, yes.
I think Ivera definitely needs a rework. It's herself as well.
Who?
Ivara?
Ivera.
Ivara. No, Ivara's kit is perfect for her.
She's a fucking.
She is in literally the spy Warframe. She is intended for spy missions.
You have Octavia where you can just go invisible.
Yeah, but Ivara does it in such a way that she's Ivara's stealth. Yeah.
That's not her focus. God, you can go any by your logic, Varuna is better at stealth than this.
Yeah.
Octavia's not a stealth frame.
She doesn't have
honestly, Octavia shouldn't need to go invisible.
All right.
But
to my knowledge, she doesn't have anything that gives her any substantial play time except for spy missions, where she can be like, "Oh, hey, I give buffs to bows or so on and so forth."
I mean, yeah, I will admit she doesn't fare well in like heavy like onslaught like sort of things. Like
she doesn't fare well in more like team-based objectives, but whenever it's an objective all about stealth, she is the absolute perfect Warframe.
She is the master of that.
Yes.
But I would say
she needs to change. I think she just needs a couple extra things on her.
She needs a little bit of like she needs a little bit of fine-tuning is what you're saying.
She does have great compatibility with several weapons.
Oh yeah.
I mean, weapons that provide projectiles. She has great synergy with. Like, for example, the weapons that you get from login bonuses, those 3 ones, she has great synergy with those because they fire projectile that do different things, mainly attack, and you can control them with her ability. So you could hide in a place where enemies can't get you, send that out, and boom. There's great synergy there. She is actually really good as she is. Honestly, she could use a buff, but not a rework.
I didn't say she needed a rework. I just said she needs to be tweaked pretty much.
She needs to. What he's saying, Aura, is that she needs a little bit of a touch up.
She needs something. She needs something else to help her with other missions, except for fucking.
You know what? Give her tripwires.
Tripwires would be pretty cool.
Be like Capcan from fucking Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
With her explosive.
Yeah, electrified tripwires. Make it so that her wire arrow, her tightrope arrow, provides an electric shock to enemy. I don't know, but provides an electric shock to enemies that touch it.
Yeah.
But not allies.
Well, no, they can change Noise Arrow because, honest to freaking god,
Noise Arrow is Arrow is useless. Have it be more of a staggering effect.
Why Noise Arrow?
I would say
Noise Arrow.
Immersion.
You're getting
because it dropped again.
Sorry. Like Noise Arrow is like don't get me wrong. I know it's meant to draw the enemies and it's meant to be like, oh, what was that? But nobody uses it because you create noise. Enemies know there's someone there.
Yeah.
So what's the point if you're trying to be stealthy?
It's more to move an enemy out of position, but like you don't really encounter that.
No.
So yeah,
because you would rather put the enemy to sleep and then just go over there and execute him.
Yeah.
With the sleep arrow, that's literally the best choice.
Should keep its current properties, but also either stagger enemies in a much larger radius. Confuse or maybe even blind them, but then again, just put them to sleep with sleep arrow, or like have it be like, or even have it disable weapons, for example. Have it be EMP. Have it be an EMP. Like,
yeah,
there are many ways they could go about it. Like, I understand, like, it's not.
There's many ways they can go about it, but it's to the point. It's to the point where it's like it's so hard because not Banshee, fucking Ivara is in that situation with Limbo of, she needs, like, people
No, I
feel
would say
like
Ivara is a
no,
master of one.
but she's a master of one, but it's also to the point of some of her stuff is kind of a bit weird to the point where she is in a state of people saying that she needs this and this and this. Basically, she's in a state of limbo, like how Limbo is. DE's probably been trying to think of a way to
improve her.
I honestly, if people requested it, and they can't figure it out because she's in a state of limbo.
I would honestly disagree there because she's not really in a state of limbo. She's great at what she does. She fills the niche and also, like, she also is insanely useful for when you're doing like open world stuff, like mining.
Oh yeah, open world and everything else.
Best at that too. She's
fishing too. Fishing too, by the way.
Yeah, like I literally build her. I have 2 builds for her, and I use her quite frequently for those 2 scenarios. Anytime that's a spy focus scenario, or anytime I have to go into the open world. Like, she is great at what she does. I don't think she's on the list for a rework at any point in the future. Like, all I could say is slight buffs, maybe to her health.
Oh yeah.
Have her be less shield focused, more health focused. But well, like, because again, she's not meant for like combat. She's meant to be hidden in the shadows. She's the full-on ninja Warframe.
She's a full-on assassin.
She's a full-on stealth, yeah.
Yeah. Other than Ashe. But besides that, I know we just got recently Gaia Prime. That was our first Prime Warframe of this year, I think, or was that, or yeah. Gaia was last year?
That was the first one of this year. I'm pretty sure.
Let me go look. Now I forget.
Also, on the top of
December 10th. No, okay, so she. Okay. So she was last year. She was last year's last Prime Warframe that we were getting.
Yeah, this year we should be getting Varuna, Kalervo, Citrine, and Stynax. That's the 4 we should be getting.
That's the 4 that we should be getting. Now we don't know. Yeah. Now we don't know what order they're going to go in because again, they've always done male, female, male, female.
Not necessarily.
Sometimes they did male, female, female, male.
Yeah, but again, I don't think it matters on the gender. I think it's more just like convenience.
I'm gonna say it's probably like
they definitely do
really
2
it's
males,
like
2 females each year.
Oh yeah,
but not necessarily male, female, male, female, or male,
the whole thing is like whenever Zaku Prime came out, coming out, that did it so weirdly that people lost how the primes came out, because it's always been like a female prime and then male primes and then female primes and then male primes. It's been that sequence. It's been 2 females, 2 males, 2 females, 2 males. Whenever Zaku was brought into the mix, it confused people to the point of what the fuck is it going to be now, because Zaku doesn't have an exact gender identity. Zaku is just Zaku. Because Zaku is 3
male at the time.
At the time, yes, but also Zaku is 3 Warframes that have literally just pulled themselves together. But again, people have asked DE, are we ever going to see these Warframes? And DE said no, because then it would take the mystery out of Zaku.
Yeah.
Zaku is 3 destroyed Warframes that are literally just squished together. I would say the next prime that I see us getting is going to be more than likely Stynax.
Yeah.
I can see us getting Stynax. And then Citrine. But I don't know. That's my bet. Because if they're going to go in release order, then it would be Stynax, because Stynax came after Gaia. If I'm correct. Because Gaia was released April 27th of 2022, and then Stynax was released September 7th. So yeah. Stynex would be first, because Citrine came out in 2023. So there's that. So I'm gonna say Stynex would be the next Prime, and I can't actually wait for Stynex Prime because him being the Spartan of the Warframe like game in the community is freaking awesome, and I love it. I know
I
he's
want to see a
had.
Kratos based Warframe.
That's pretty much.
That would be hilarious to see. No.
But I mean I like that. Now, that's the Prime that I know we're more than likely going to get. Now on the option of new, like newer Primes, since we're talking not newer Primes, but newer Warframes, which Stynex isn't really new, a new Warframe, but Stynex Prime will be. Our Oh boy, 64th Warframe, Folly, the artist, the painter, Warframe. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna put my 2 cents into this because I feel like I need to get my word out there about Folly's design, how she looks, and everything else. I think her design, being a monochromatic Warframe and everything else like that, is freaking phenomenal. I don't have an issue with how she looks. I like how she seems.
The helmet's kind of.
The helmet, yeah, that helmet is
It's
kind
not
of.
so bad. It's just kind of meh.
It's just kind of
It's not.
but I could.
Yeah,
It's like I could let it slide. Now, and I've had to look at Folly to be like, okay, the helmet I kind of see is a little bit too much, but the way that she is that she's bloated up. Yes, she is. She's at that level, but she's overflowing with ink, and I like that. She's overflowing because it's like her body is not able to hold that much, probably. And
Yeah.
I like that. I like that theme that they got going. And a lot of people hate it because and it's not because oh, she doesn't have the the hourglass figure of a fucking female and all the other female Warframes do, and they think that's bullshit. And I'm sitting here like I'm looking at Hildren and I'm looking at Hildren and I'm like, what the fuck is that then?
Yeah.
And nobody argues about Hildren because Hildren will probably kick. Yeah.
Just muscle mommy.
Hildren will probably kick your ass if you made fun of her. I'm being completely honest.
I mean, she has a 10-pack. I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
But something I wanted to bring up.
And I want to bring this up too. Y'all think that this is like people think that this is body shaming on a fucking female, and I'm like, then what the fuck is Grendel? And they're like, oh yeah, that's not body shaming. That's
shaming.
Yeah, it's like
why
it's
the
not...
fuck are they putting her in a game where you do fucking like superhero acts and shit? It's like, yeah, that's body shaming. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. That's negativity.
And I'm sitting here like, if you're talking about body shaming, then I'm sorry, you need to go body shame Grendel.
Did he? Yeah, like.
But
Grendel, funny uwu gluttony.
Grendel,
man. It's like, okay.
Grendel is the fucking just meatball.
He's meant to be.
He is gluttony.
He's meant to be a disgusting Warframe.
Because
he's meant to symbolize like greed.
Greed, yes.
Look at Araxia. A lot of people have arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, Grendel is literally.
Oh, what about Stynax's nipple tassels? Oh, Stynax is a Roman soldier. That's offensive. It's like, fuck off.
Like, Grendel is the way his body is designed is to be like a sumo wrestler. That's what he's. Yeah. That's his design. That's the way he is. And if you think that DE's trying to quote unquote body shame females because of folly. No, you can't make an argument if you like Grendel. That's all I'm saying. If you like Grendel,
No. I would say you can't make an argument if you accept Hildren and
if
or
you
Grendel.
okay, yeah,
Either of them,
if you
not
accept
liking them, you don't have to like them. Just if
No.
you accept them,
if
then
you
why are you so
accept
up-
the
why are you so
design,
fucking-
if you accept the design and the body structure of both Grendel and Hildren, you have no room to talk.
Exactly.
Now,
In fact,
if you
you
don't,
still don't have any room to talk because being
Now-
negative,
oh, yeah,
acting negatively, and talking negatively about her design is the body shaming.
is the body shaming,
That's body shaming.
and
These
it's
not body
like,
shaming. You're body shaming.
and again, a lot of people don't find that to be unattractive or anything like that, but it's also the point that people are just like, this is a Space Ninja game. What the fuck is this? And I'm like, what the fuck?
There's like
Where-
4 Warframes.
I'm like,
We
dude,
went through them.
just
There's
fucking
Ash,
enjoy the
Loki,
Dude.
Ivara, and Excalibur, I guess, because
and Wukong, and it's like,
Wukong's not really a ninja. Wukong,
and I'm like,
Wukong falls more
have
into
you-
the category of a monk.
and the thing is like, have you not noticed that Dante is not a ninja? That man is fucking wizard.
Corvex is not a ninja.
Corvex is a walking fucking nuclear
Yeah, Mag is
reactor.
definitely a ninja. Yep, Mag's a ninja.
Look, okay, look,
Mesa, definitely a ninja, not a cowboy. Ninja.
look. You got Cyto 9, a sniper. You got Daggeth, a headless horseman, or horsewoman in this sense. You got fucking Kume, a marionette. You got Kalervo, which is literally a man that got
Julius
stabbed.
Caesar.
Literally Julius Caesar. You got Lavos, a chemist. Octavia, a person who just likes to party. You got, and again, bringing back up Corvex, a walking nuclear
You have
reactor.
the demon core.
You
You
have
have the demon core.
you have Uriel, a literal demon. You have fucking Titania, a fucking pixie.
A pixie, yeah.
You have Sevagoth, a fucking pirate.
A ghost pirate.
Yes, a ghost pirate. Necros, a grim reaper. Harrow, a cultist. Grendel, the symbolism of greed. Garuda, the literal blood for the blood god.
Yeah,
Vabon.
all
I
of
just
those are
got
very
Just a
ninja.
fucking red crit ballerina.
Fucking Vabon, an engineer. Saren, a fucking snake.
What the fuck, teammates?
Like,
Anyways,
a Geyer,
Yeah,
a
but-
basically a fucking electric
Little
conductor.
electromagnetism.
Yes. Zephyr, a fucking bird. Ivara.
They
Alright.
threw stealth at the window a long time ago.
They
Zephyr's
Jade.
a space chick.
And then you got Korra, which is a literal fucking
Whip me hard.
literally.
Citrine's just Jamussy.
Citrine is a
Yeah.
literal stone. She is a
She's
fucking
literally.
she's
Citrine
lit-
is a what's the word? Is a geode.
is a geode. Fucking Inaros is a mummy. Ivara, not her normal self, her prime self, jellyfish.
Her normal self is a squid. Is based on a squid.
Is
design.
basically on
Yeah,
a squid,
But
yes.
no, Ivara,
Yeah,
I will say
Hydroid.
she does not fall.
Tentacle
She does
man.
fall into the
Yeah,
category. that she's
Hydroid
fine,
is
I think.
Mr. fucking blah 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 blah. That's what I call him.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Hydroid, and it's just they've derived from the Space Ninja theme a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Baroque is a fucking monk. Atlas is a fucking boxer.
Yeah, he's literally like a UFC or an MMA fighter.
Exactly. Chroma is a fucking dragon, and people's like, no,
Yeah.
he's a knight with just like a dragon like armor.
I will
no,
say that
D-
probably is like he is kind of like a.
He literally
But
is a dragon.
he's like the
He-
knights and dragons sort of neat thing.
I'm like, okay, take his fucking dragon armor off and use his first ability.
And
Does he
he's
still
just a
breathe?
disappointed dad.
Yeah. And does he still breathe fire? Yes. Dragon.
He's a
Fuck you.
he's going through a midlife crisis. Okay, I still love when
Hey, don't
during
diss
the
on
last
my
summer
man.
event.
Don't
During, the
diss
summer,
on my
during
man.
like 2 summer events ago,
he
I
has a
dressed
split
him up like
personality.
a
Like-
dad.
Like Jade is a literal angel of death.
Jade is literally
A pregnant angel of death.
he is
Yes.
basically stillborn.
Which
She
I hate.
died on childbirth, basically. Like,
Which
and
I
no
hate.
one's up in arms about that. All people are like, "Oh, Warframes can get pregnant." Not the fact that it's a Warframe that
Not the
got pregnant.
fact.
Oh, Warframes can get pregnant. It's like, fuck off.
Not the fact that Jade's backstory was that she was turned into a Warframe while pregnant.
Eyeball ass. Piece of shit.
And it's like, oh, so the Warframes can have babies, and it's like,
No.
Technically yes, but technically no.
No, they cannot. They cannot.
Can they have babies?
Organs.
No, it's like,
Warframes
can they have babies?
Warframes
Yes, if they got infected
only if
while
they were
yeah, while they was pregnant, if they got infected, yes, they can. But while in full Warframe, yeah, like after full transformed Warframe state, no, because they are infection.
They are literally basically goo in a shell.
They're a cyborg.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are incapable. Unless you're fucking
Also,
Jade.
Well, again, Jade was pregnant. And
I
that
know.
Was kind of built, so her child was also technically her child was also a Warframe.
Which I'm hoping like we see that like
And them as a proto-frame.
Well, not them as a proto-frame, but like
God, Jade's proto-frame.
Because you gotta think about this. Fucking best dad ever, okay? Fucking
number one dad stalker.
Number one dad stalker, okay? He took off with the kid, and he does still come after us, but he's green.
He's a whole new form now.
Oh yeah, he's a whole new. He's a changed man.
Doesn't go after
like
you,
he's actually more of a threat now because he'll actually hold you in position. He'll do more damage.
Yeah, and I like that. And I'm sitting here like the man is still having to raise a child while being a Warframe, and that child is a baby Warframe in a sense. And it's like I wonder if we're ever going to see that child come back. And I wonder what her abilities are going to be, or his abilities. We don't know the gender of the child.
That's another thing. Oh, why are people not complaining about fucking Zaku and Temple being technically genderless?
And yeah,
Temple is non-binary.
Yes, because of Lizzie.
Yeah, because
the
Lizzie
fucking guitar.
With him. Yeah,
and I will say this
is probably male.
And I will.
Lizzie, they are non-binary.
Oh yeah, and I will say this because of Jade's story and everything. Hunhel had to literally tell Stalker, "You're going to have to ask them. There is no other choice." Hunhel had to literally sit there and convince Stalker to team up with a person that he hates, and then he found out the truth. But he does still hunt us down because he's a fucking mercenary. He had.
I mean, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Love goes a long way.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had a hot drop. Holy shit.
And I find that amazing. Plus, we did find out about technically 3 Warframes that fucking Entrati, not the Entrati family, but fucking Albrecht made. Well, quote unquote made. There was Dante, Araxia, and Corvax. So they all have a relation. Dante, and it's just like the normal thing that, hey, Warframes cannot speak. Dante can, somewhat. But he writes. He writes in order to speak. Other than that, every other Warframe just screams or makes noises. Or speaks void tongue. Because they are able to do that. Now, if the Warframes were able to speak, that would be cool, but at the same time, it would take away the mystery of what did they sound like. You know? I'm not wrong about that. But I mean, I'm willing to see where this game goes. I am. And it's gone a long way. Like from its very beginning, like it is a true free-to-play game. everything in the game is available, like day
Being a
one.
true Warframe, being a true Warframe player, I'm not going to spoil the new war. I almost did, but
No,
considering
don't
what happened
spoil it for anybody
war-
that
No,
that
I'm
listens.
not.
Yeah, don't
I'm
spoil
not.
it for anybody that
Considering
listens to the
what we
podcast or
did
anything like that. Like,
and what a specific character did to us,
mm-hmm.
I can definitely see the story definitely still going.
Oh yeah.
Considering we're getting so much fucking lore, and we went back to Tau, our original birthplace.
Well, technically, we went back to Tau. We're in our head again.
We may be going back to Tau, actually. Like
Oh, like full.
on.
Oh, like full. Oh yeah, right.
It might be because they said that they were going to be doing stuff with more stuff with Railjack, so which may
they still wanted to go to Tau.
going to Tau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said in one of the dev streams they want to go back to Tau.
So yeah, that I would like to see that.
So, anyways, going back to what I wanted to say before, I actually have a question. What kind of builds, what kind of like play styles and shit do you guys hate the most in Warframe?
Okay, we're gonna make this like the last 4.5 minutes of the podcast. I would say AFK builds. I don't like them.
I'm gonna fucking want to.
AFK
I'm gonna say that definitely up there.
AFK builds are
Nuke builds.
Okay. AFK builds, nuke builds, which I'm guilty of, but not.
Yeah.
But
not as bad.
Not as bad.
Basically, like when
but things that can nuke
to min max to basically take out an entire tile in the
Oh,
tile
yeah.
set with one ability.
Mhm.
I hate it. It's not fun. It ruins the fun for
It does.
for everyone else.
So rounding out the podcast is nuke builds, AFK builds, fucking builds that are just absolutely fucking disruptive.
Yeah.
Like that break the flow. Meme builds not so much.
Meme builds are great.
But if it's in a serious situation, meme builds are horrible.
Yeah, never bring a meme build to Steel Path unless it works.
Or relic cracking.
Unless it works.
Unless it works.
Look, no, relic cracking is where you bring the meme build. You fucking meme that shit, and if it's as long as everyone cracks their relics, no one gives a fuck what you do.
Oh yeah, do it for the memes.
That's the same fucking that's the same energy as do it for the vine.
Do it for the vine. God, they gotta bring back Vine, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got the last 2 minutes of the podcast here, guys. And I think we covered a lot on our part of what we think with Warframe and certain Warframes and everything else. So again, this is a whole new thing that I'm trying. Me, of course, the ghost, Sprite being the host of the show, and I got also Aura and Sniper. We're gonna be doing this probably maybe every Wednesday at a certain time. I just wanted to try it, see how people like it, see if it's a good thing. And I mean, I think I like the idea of a podcast. It lets us express ourselves, don't it, guys? Like it just lets us like give our opinions on what we feel about how this works and how we feel about this. We're not only going to be doing Warframe, we're going to be doing other games too, like possibly what Sniper's probably playing right now, Helldivers. And as much as I am going to hate to say this, but it's going to probably be Aura's favorite ass fucking topic that he'll love to talk about, but also hate to talk about at the same time, Pokemon.
Fuck off. Look, I have a rule. No talking about like the newer generation shit.
No, okay. Well,
I mean,
we can, because there is some good, but there's bad. Talk about the good, talk about the bad. We'll leave it at that. But anyway, again, this was just a thing I was trying. Hope everybody enjoyed it. And if you would like to like leave any comments or anything like that, feel free, go ahead. Bring up some points, ask us about stuff that you want to see talked about in the podcast, and we will do it. The podcast will be live maybe almost every Wednesday. I will make an announcement in my Discord. I would have to probably put a Discord invitation link in the bio of my YouTube channel, so I'd have to get that done as soon as possible. So, anyways, thanks for coming out, guys. I think we did pretty good. We'll be kind of just hanging out in the Discord. So, anything y'all want to add on before I shut it off?
Nope.
Subscribe.
What?